I'm a supervisor. That's my official title. But this job requires many hats: supervisor, teacher, counselor, occasionally referee. But today, I'm an investigator. We've had an accident, and it's my job to figure out what happened. In this facility, we work hard to do everything we can to prevent accidents, but sometimes they still happen, and that's where I come in. I want to find out what happened, why it happened, and then I want to figure out what we can do to prevent another accident. An accident is any unplanned event that results in injury, illness, or property damage. We even need to look into things that people would consider a close call. Close calls, or near misses, shouldn't happen either, and sometimes it's only sheer luck that kept someone from getting hurt. I don't want people here going home simply feeling relieved that they made it through the day. I want them to feel safe here, and that means doing more than filling out an accident report. You see, if there's an accident and nothing gets done and nothing changes, the chances are good that in similar circumstances, history will repeat itself. A thorough accident investigation can prevent that from happening. A good investigation has 5 steps. Step 1, investigate. That's your fact-finding mission. Step 2, find the cause. Reviewing the facts helps you figure out why the accident happened. Step 3, take corrective action. This is where we prevent another incident from occurring. Step 4, document your findings and the action that will be taken. Step 5, follow up. This ensures that corrective measures were properly implemented. When I first started working, supervisors handled accidents by telling the employee, "Be more careful next time." But that's not the answer. We need to find the source of the problem. Human error may be one factor, but there are often a lot of things that contribute to the accident, things that aren't always obvious. I got a call today about a slip and a fall that resulted in injury. Let's go check it out. The first priority in any accident investigation is to prevent further injury and help any employees who were hurt. Allow emergency personnel to do their job and then, as soon as possible, secure the area. Place barrier tape around the scene and keep non-essential personnel out. This not only helps prevent other people from being injured, but it also keeps the area from being disturbed. Keep equipment and materials in the same locations as they were at the time of the accident, unless, of course, they create a hazard. Eliminating the root cause of an accident is the key to prevention. That's why it's important to organize your approach. Make sure that you have all the facts before you start filling out forms. Accidents are often caused by a combination of factors: people, equipment, environment, and management. So keep an open mind as you gather the facts. First, you'll need to know when and where the accident occurred. The time and location are important because when you compare this with other information, you may find out that accidents are occurring in specific areas or at certain times during the day. If that's the case, the history is repeating itself, and you need to find out why. Next, what injuries occurred? In this case, Jeff broke his arm. Oil on the floor caused him to slip and fall, and he was injured trying to catch himself. If the injury required medical attention, note the type of first aid that was given and the medical facility the employee was taken to. This information is important for workers' compensation forms and provides a reference for follow-up. Also, list anything unusual that you notice, such as broken tools, spilled materials, or poor lighting. A sketch or a photograph of the scene will help you remember what it looked like in case any items were removed or changed after the accident. A good investigator also collects evidence at the scene. Look for such things as machines and equipment, samples of chemicals and broken parts or pieces. It's better to collect things that seem unimportant and toss them later than to find out you need certain evidence after the scene has been disturbed.
Witnesses are an important part of any investigation, and they provide the most fragile type of evidence because memories can become less clear with time, and witnesses can unknowingly influence each other. Now, for this reason, witnesses should be kept separated from each other and interviewed as quickly as possible.
Don't lead witnesses. Encourage people to tell the story in their own words.
Now, if you could just tell me in your own words what exactly happened.
Well, I was at the ringer when I heard this kind of a yell and a crash.
Yell and a crash.
And Jeff was on the floor. He had this look on his face, and I was thinking, man, he is hurt.
Interviewing can be difficult because you may get different perspectives. Keep an open mind and keep asking questions until you have all the information you need.
After you've gotten all your first-hand information about what happened before, during, and after the accident, you'll also want to review records. Inspection records, previous accident reports, or your OSHA 200 forms will help you see if any other facts, past histories, contributing factors, or trends can be identified. Now, all the information should be in place. It's time to figure out which factors may have contributed to the accident. As you analyze the information, keep in mind environmental factors or other situations that could contribute to the accident, such as weather, noise, slippery surfaces, or poor lighting. Every accident is a chain of events, and at each link there are contributing factors that lead to the outcome and influence the severity of the accident. By looking at each link, we can analyze the accident and determine the cause.
What I found helpful is to write all the facts on some sticky notes and place them on a chart or a white board. Then you can map out the event. Here's what happened. The accident involved a slip on an oil spill that caused Jeff to fall. Next, ask, why was there oil on the floor in the first place? Tom was changing a hydraulic line and spilled some hydraulic oil. He cleaned up the spill with rags, and as he walked over to the ringer, the rags dripped on the floor. Jeff was getting a drink, didn't see the dripped oil, and slipped and fell.
Now we know what caused the accident and the factors that contributed to it. It's time to take corrective action. This is how we prevent history from repeating itself. Corrective measures can be either short or long-term, and you should create a realistic schedule to implement changes.
The short-term solutions included making sure that workers know how to clean up fluid spills without creating additional hazards. This includes moving the ringer closer to the spill area. Even better, bring in catch carts or drip pans to immediately catch any oil that may leak when the hoses are disconnected. Long-term, we looked at how machines were serviced. We identified the best ways to drain any fluids from the machines before hoses or lines were disconnected. This prevents any spills from occurring in the first place, keeps fluids off the equipment, and creates less waste fluids to dispose of.
Documenting your findings and actions is the next part of a thorough investigation. Now, this information is important for future safety analysis and also provides a record of the information and action taken as a result of the incident.
A report gives you the written story of the accident, including the facts of the accident, witness statements, the identified causes, and corrective actions. A complete accident report will provide all the information you need to help you fill out other forms, such as your OSHA 200 log or workers' compensation forms.
The final step in the accident investigation process is to follow up. Make sure that the corrective measures have been done on schedule and that these measures are effective in preventing accidents.
Situations can change, so the follow-up step helps ensure that the most appropriate measures are being taken. History has a tendency to repeat itself. That's usually the case when accidents and injuries are not investigated properly. Investigate the facts, find the real cause, take corrective action, document your findings and actions, and follow up to make sure corrective measures are in place. All of these steps ensure a complete investigation and can help you prevent a whole lot of trouble later on.
I wear many hats: supervisor, teacher, counselor, and investigator. The actions we took based on our investigation should make that kind of an accident history in this facility. By following an accident investigation process, you'll be able to achieve the same results. All it takes is an open mind, a little experience, and the ability to look beyond the obvious. Follow the clues, and you'll prevent injuries. Case closed.